When I asked my AI assistant to help me prepare for my first drone flight, he replied, "I'm 97% confident that you'll be fine. The other 3% is standard AI anxiety." That's not quite the help I was asking for. I was hoping that my first flight would take place today, but that has been delayed until next Friday due to family obligations, the weather, and my work schedule. So since I've got 8 days before my first flight, I would like to show you how I am planning for that with the help of my AI assistant. Step 1 was my first big milestone. I passed the Part 107 exam. Step 2 was purchasing the drone and then registering the drone with the FAA. The FAA requires that your drone registration number is visible on the outside of your drone. I purchased and applied FAA drone registration stickers from a company on Amazon. They're really nice, weatherproof, 3M sticky stickers. So I'll try those. I'll put a link in the description below to where I found those. The FAA requires your registration number to be visible on the exterior of the drone, no opening compartments to read it. It must be legible, printed, engraved, or marked clearly, and it must be durable, must withstand weather and normal wear. So I'm gonna try these stickers out. And again, I ordered them from this company off of Amazon, and they sent me 3. So I have a spare. I put 2 on the drone to start. My next step was to find a place to fly. Now I'm looking for a spot where, well, ideally my first flight will take place in an open space. So I'm looking for an open field where I can learn how to fly safely. I contacted the city of Lacey and asked them for permission to fly in their parks. So the city of Lacey responded with, "Sure, it's fine to fly in our parks. You just be sure to follow our rules." And they sent me a link to their rules, and their rules were simple. It's all drones and model aircraft must comply with FAA rules and regulations. So they sent you a link to the full regulations. But here are some basics for recreational flyers and models. Keep the drone within visual sight. Give way and do not interfere with manned aircraft. Fly at or below 400 feet. Take trust and have a current registration. So along with their response, the city of Lacey kindly made some suggestions of parks that would be good for me to fly in. So my first flight's going to take place at Meridian Park. There is an open field that will be a future athletic field south of the playground. This is going to be a perfect place for me to fly, as I'm looking for open space to practice just maneuvering the aircraft. After I've identified a location to fly and have received permission to fly there, the next step is to check the airspace to see if there are any airspace restrictions. So I'm going to do that through the AirHub Portal app, which is one of the Before You Fly apps. So I have my first flight planned in the AirHub Portal, and it is showing me that the area I want to fly is within uncontrolled airspace and that no further authorization is required. So I'm good to go to fly there, weather permitting. Now, every flight that I do needs to have a purpose. I do not want to waste my time out there. This is a business, and I'm training to be a professional aerial photographer. So my first flight objective. So during our flight planning, we're going to have we have a a mission plan for every flight that we do. And that mission plan is going to include the location and then the objectives. So what am I going to do when I get there? Well, we're learning to fly. So based on our learning plan, we have 5 different maneuvers that we're going to practice when I get out there. So again, every flight that I do has got to have a purpose. Now, I want to capture video, I want to have a flight plan, and I want to have a video and photo plan. For this first flight, I'm just basically going to take pictures of myself learning to fly. So that will be my video and photography plans for this, or objective for this first flight. So this is one of the ways that my AI assistant is helping me with my flight planning. He's going to give me a full pre-flight checklist, and we're going to go through the checklist before every flight to make sure we remain compliant with the FAA. I asked him to run a pre-flight check for me for the next week's flight as an example for this video. So here we go. He had a hard time right now finding accessing the FFA site for the TFR site. So that is temporary flight restrictions, but that will also show on the AirHub app. It's just nice to have my AI assistant go out and check these things for me also. So we have an entire pre-flight checklist. So the first flight, Meridian Neighborhood Park, next week at 7 a.m. He has our location. Now the day of, we're going to verify that I'm safe, so that the pilot is physically and mentally prepared to fly. Then we're going to go through the aircraft readiness. He knows that I've already completed these steps. He knows that the batteries are not charged. Because I talked to him about that last night, that I wanted to wait until the night before to charge the batteries. I wanted to wait to install the SD card and to update the firmware until after the batteries are fully charged. Current condition weathers are a go. So right now the weather is safe to fly. The airspace, it's Class G airspace, so no authorization is needed. So it's uncontrolled airspace. He was unable for some reason to verify the TFRs, but he did give me a link to that site. And those are temporary flight restrictions, which are super important to check before you fly. Everything else looks good. So verdict, he says, condition is a go. All checks pass for current conditions, weather and TFRs must be verified the morning of April 24. No showstoppers identified. So if I was flying this morning, we would be a go. So nothing fancy, just a systematic rules check, gear check, weather check. Next week will be my first flight. I'll check in. First flight's going to be about just basically getting comfortable with how the drone operates, practicing some maneuvers, and I'm going to film that next week. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this first flight. I'll report back next week and let you know how it went. If you want to see a 56-year-old learn to fly a drone while using AI to build a business, subscribe.